and I just wanted you to know.
There's a lot of imagery of like colours and sights and stuff like that. The lyrics just kind of wrote themselves really. It's strange. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you do kind of like force it when you write a song, and you kind of like say, this is what I want to write about. You get a chord sequence, you just work at it like that. Sometimes an idea for a tune pops into your head and you just go with that and you find some lyrics that work with it. And sometimes lyrics just kind of come. And it wasn't really about anything, I don't think, my song. It's a kind of like a psychedelic pop kind of. Dream pop is another. I've been kind of like floating between these kind of terms. Indie pop, kind of like dream pop, psychedelic. It's something. It's kind of within those kind of regions. Because I'd rather be remembered and known for something that I've made myself, that is mine, my work, rather than for copying someone else's, just imitating. So I always felt like writing songs was quite important, and it was fun. It's much more fun and rewarding to record something that you've written yourself. Like YouTube musicians inspire me kind of in terms of the way they deliver their content and stuff. I wouldn't say nowadays I wouldn't probably listen to people like Alex Day as much, but there are a few YouTube musicians, Tom Wilson being the best example, where it's still where I regard their music as a massive influence. But other artists I listen to, Sufjan Stevens and Radiohead, pretty big influence on me at the moment. Quite a big fan of the Beatles. Lots of stuff, and it changes all the time. Like I go through a big phase where I listen to lots of like Nirvana, lots of heavier stuff. The stuff that would probably have more of an influence on my sound, the more dream poppy kind of like psychedelic stuff. That's where most of my actual sound kind of gets its influence from. Not a proper studio experience. As far as my experience of studio work my studio experience pretty much is just what technology they have at my school for recording stuff. That's as much as I've had in terms of experience before. No professional studios. Well, I mean, I've only really ever created music in my bedroom before, until today. I have enjoyed today. I mean, I generally don't put much effort into music when I record it at home. Like, I'm sitting there in my pajamas and I've got my ukulele and I just like play something, and then I go on Twitter for a bit, and then I might come back and record something else and mess around with it. It's much more casual and everything, whereas recording here today has been a lot more efficient and we've got a lot more done. No, I don't think that's true, really. I mean, you're gonna get a better sound and everything with a studio, but you can create good stuff with your laptop and just like a guitar or whatever, just at home. I mean, you can create decent stuff. I mean, the quality's not going to be as good, but that's not everything. If the music's still good, it's still going to be good to listen to. You still create good stuff. I would consider myself as a musician rather than a YouTuber. At first, I probably would have considered myself a YouTuber, but then as I've made more music and I have something to show for it, songs of my own, and now that I've got some songs of my own, I would probably consider myself a musician rather than a YouTuber. Best part of being a musician, music is probably the best part. I mean, that's what it's about, really. I guess that's quite different, but the people you meet and is quite a social thing, I guess. It's like nice comments and everything. That's another thing that's really good about being a YouTube musician. You get direct feedback immediately in terms of the comment section. It's great. You can always get good reception. And you know how people are kind of viewing it, whether they like it or not. So that's quite good. That's probably the best thing about being a YouTuber. It was sometime in March 2013, a little bit after, March 2013, it was, I kind of wanted to start from the first episode of becoming YouTube. That was when I was really kind of considering it properly. I kind of always wanted to do something, but that was when I first started properly considering starting. And then by around March, I actually kind of plucked up the courage to upload something. So I did. It wasn't very good. It was just a cover of Pipes by Don Wilson, and I mean, not much really happened. No, that's how I started. I wouldn't even say I have any aims within the music industry, or any aims in general. I just want to make music a lot. I just want to write music and release music, and then at the end, if people like it, then I'll be happy. That's as far as my aims go. They were quite supportive at first. When I first started making videos, I used to watch them with them and they were like, oh, it's really good. And they used to be quite proud. They don't watch them as much now. They still know I do it. They don't tend to watch every video, but they're still always pretty supportive whenever I do talk about it. Particularly my sister, who does watch every video. So they know I do it, and they're happy with me doing it, and they support it. Particularly the music, because they're quite musical, my family. But yeah, they do support it.